Ju. That had the players slipping on court like Bambi on skates. Not being called upon, and well, gives us time to flesh out these two sides. It's, from my predicament, going to be a close one. I said that about the last game, and although it was close in spurts, it wasn't close the entire way throughout. I think this will be much of a different scenario, like it was back when they acquainted for the first time in the Premiership competition a few months back.
Powley quickly on the charge. DeWood. Thornbury, of course, they feel tonight is the one to throw everything at. On paper, the most promising prospect of their final few fixtures. Aku have got to make the most of this one too. They have the bye on the final day, so time is thinning week on week for them. If they want to consolidate a top four finish and not have to worry about the playoffs, tonight perhaps might put the seal on that if they were to get it done. There's no Omar. Couldn't spin Marrero. Back for Campagna on the switch for Marcus Fernandez, who worked a yard for himself, and Fatea made a fabulous save across.
Brilliant. Fatea had to adjust. Fernandez, genuine connection, well kept.
Campagna quickly for Francis Marr. Out for Fernandez again. This one blocked by Powley. All the way back for his keeper. Early action for Moe Fatea. Now Omar tried to find brother Francis, but wasn't able to.
What a player in which Fernandez has become. For a long time now, he's really at the forefront of this Aku side, the captain. And when you just remember that he's still of a young age, still got a lot of futsal ahead of him. Really thinking he's to come, he'll be one of the penultimate players in the competition, if not the ultimate. Enjoy what he does on the court. He's really been at the forefront of Aku's recent success.
As has Enzo Campagna. He wants to go at Powley. Campagna worked a yard. Powley stayed with him. And what a free kick. DeWood came across too to lend a helping hand. Enzo Campagna just left a bit too much on for the referee's liking. Powley wanting a piercing ball. Marrero's giving him one with loft! And he got in ahead of Grigg, but wasn't able to steer it up and under.
Rock in a hard place was Grigg on that occasion. It was a very teasing ball from Marrero. First time, mind you, had a lot of curve on it. And it was a deft touch from Wagner. And Grigg was really questioning where to position himself.
Slingsby wanted to spin away from Fernandez. Marr one in. It might break for Marrero, who had DeWood with him. Marr was there the whole way. And Noah Marr, in the nick of time, able to clear his lines.
Love a left footer, although the Aku backtracking players knew that Marrero wants to use his preferred, and were intelligent enough to just shift the attacker wide. Powley. Stacked benches for both sides. DeWood. Biting off more than he can chew, comes away with it just. Marrero. DeWood with some movement. Marrero off his left, got the shot away. Sits for Grigg. Piercing ball for Fernandez. Fatea does really well. The lunge upon the captain initially looked full of venom. Patricus on the far side says it was all ball.
Had a great view of it as well. Patricus was in pole position. Fatea, although it looked from our side to be a bit of a late lunge, got all of the ball, and it's good judgment from the goalkeeper, who made a fabulous save after Fernandez was found beautifully by Grigg.
Marr takes it on. Fatea certainly was looking with caution. Perhaps knew he was beaten. Powley trying to just hold off Fernandez. Fernandez does really well to work it across to Marr. Slingsby with a toenail onto it. It's a great hustle from Fernandez. Paoli just taking too long to release the ball.
Fabulous from Fernandez. The pressure really told on Paoli, and it's a great commitment to the run from Francis Marr, where Slingsby could have cleared easily. He turned it into a situation where a wrong step and it's in his own net.
Pataya for Slingsby. Lovely first touch. Marr on his tail, Slingsby. Now Thornbury's turn to have the ball in their offensive half. It's been some round tonight, must be said, in the Premiership. Close games. Decent futsal on display. Champions holding on against a very valiant Hume, who under Fernando de Moraes and Nico Ignatiadis looking really rejuvenated. Fataya, brilliant up and under. Marrero received it from Lee. Marrero! Oh yes! That's one way to break the deadlock. Wagner says we're here to play, and Thornbury have a lead.
And it's classic futsal from Thornbury. It's brilliant. Fataya's throw is fantastic. The touch is ever so good. Marrero does the right thing, gets it out of his feet, picks his corner, and just drills it. Grig can do absolutely no chance, and although they've had to weather a bit of an Aku storm, Thornbury go direct, and they get themselves in front.
Smashing goal from Marrero, damaging. He is in confined spaces. Although Aku had the early loft in it, they trail by a goal. Oscar Yee and Galatos, their first match minutes. It's a great touch from Lee to control things. It's an even better bit of distribution from the keeper Fataya. And Galatos, 2 goals last time out against Thornbury. Campagna trying to thread the needle. Fataya happy to guide the ball away. Campagna, broadcast side. Angelatos from Fernandez. Of course, Angus Angelatos enjoying some time out of Melbourne on study obligations. Dare I say, is in Finland. That could be a completely rogue place to say where he is, but that was the rumour. Really would like to see Campagna and Angus Angelatos on the same team together, how damaging they would be for Kuimu.
And not just them as well, but Tal Galpa too to come back into the mix for this side. A lot of pieces to the puzzle, which might come into it next year rather than the end of this season. As we know with Angus Angelatos, somewhere in Scandinavia we assume. His brother Jerry at the moment, putting in the hard yards for Melbourne Aku, and he's been an inspired signing so far. He finds Oscar Yee down the line for Fernandez, and they'll have another corner.
And just on that quickly, it was a very intelligent move from both parties. Both of a young age, the Angelatos brothers, a young outfit, which Aku goes hand in hand.
Yee worked a yard on Slingsby, whose challenge wasn't one of much malice. He came across just in the nick of time to ensure the shot had no sting.
Quick to help up Oscar Yee. Good sportsmanship from out of Slingsby. A lot of tape around the right knee of Oscar.
He's found again by Nakano. Yee driving and lashing in a leveller. Lovely hits from Oscar Yee, and Melbourne Aku have made it 1-1.
And he's so casual, but nothing casual about everything involved there from Oscar Yee. His first touch sets him up perfectly to strike it sweetly. And amidst all the bodies, Fataya unsighted. That's one way to equalise. Although Luong inadvertently had to make his keeper work.
Georgie gave it a hit. Thornbury have a corner, looking for a quick way ahead, and Paoli's given it some. Greg had to get a palm, and it'll be another corner.
Again, it's something I really admire from Thornbury. They just want to play on emotion and play on a full steam ahead kind of attitude when they are to fall behind. They don't tuck in, they just go all out. You really got to appreciate the way they emotionally tap into games.
Can give you that extra edge at times. Saw it a month ago against Phoenix, and we saw the reverse of that the other week. Charles Lavinia and Lee getting it away from Nakano and back to Fataya. And they're ever so quick to restart things. Powley, Charles Lavinia. Thornbury wanting to get back on top immediately. Georgie, Lee. Powley. Placed it for Jackson Georgie, but wasn't able to keep it in.
Lavinia in intricate spaces. Has the agility to just shift gears and manage to keep the ball for his side. It's real strength to Thornbury with their number 5.
Luong. Angelatos. Waited on Luong and nearly threaded it to him, but Fateo was alert to it. And quickly rolled it on for Georgie. Squeezed it through to Lee. Powley. Georgie. Lovely ball for Lee. Grigg came the long way and got a foot on it.
Well kept. Great read from Grigg. Off his line to snuff out the danger.
Georgie from the side ball. Had to take a ricochet. And they'll go again from the other area. Powley. Back for Georgie once more. Charles Lavinia was hovering, and this time Thornbury have a corner. String of set plays for the Lily Whites. Charles Lavinia. Powley left it for Georgie, who hammered it over.
Jabo comes on for Lee. What firepower can he provide, the number 10 for the Lily Whites? Yee found the equaliser. Angelatos. Nakano. Luong. Back towards Nakano. Incisive Angelatos. Went across the face of Fatea. And he sticks. The official has deemed that a corner. Might have just taken a touch on its journey through. Thornbury sprawl back. Aku settle into position. Angelatos will take the corner. Oscar Yee. Driving effort. Lavinia with the block. Luo. Yee off his left. It was inviting for the near post. Taya sees it drag wide, but promising Oscar Yee any start to this game.
Such a sharp change of pace onto his left as well, Oscar Yee. Someone who is capable off both feet. And just the way that he drew Charles Lavinia in and just shifted and he's gone. It's a terrific move. A really terrific move. The easiest way to beat your man. Shift it from one side to the other, draw him into the space, protect the way you want to go, shift it and shoot.
Jabo, lovely touch, back to Lavinia. Nakano gets in the way of it. Jabo, who wanted to progress. Thornbury don't mind a free kick opportunity. And you can see Powley just trying to organise those around him for a potential routine.
This could be a golden opportunity for them to get back ahead. Got a set piece, they need to make the most of it.
Jabo, Powley, back to Jabo. Ma with a block. Powley, snapshot. Ma again with another block. Francis just getting involved on court. Returns from suspension. That's Francis Ma. It's his second, I believe, this season. Or perhaps for the year.
This calendar year. Second his calendar year. Was sent off last season and was sent off the other week.
Nakano, Luong out of real estate on the far side. Xavier Fernandez gets his first few minutes on court as well. We'll just keep an eye on Powley. That individual battle. Georgie apologises for the bit wayward ball towards Lavinia. Fernandez for Ma. Luong, tape around his left knee. The calendar year ensues a lot of futsal. The wear and tear on these players. Got to respect the way they keep their bodies in check and avoid any potential injuries. Luong Not for Fernandez. Georgie's side ball, nonchalantly down the line, now Jabo. He play the tight spaces along the corridors, Ethan. Thornbury really smartly. They want to keep possession theirs. Jabo. Grigg had to react at his near post.
Did sharply, Lucas Grigg. Thornbury utilising the flanks again, and Jabo with a fizz. Mar got a touch, Grigg got a palm as well, and they'll have a corner. Very stop-starty set of sequences. Another set piece. This game locked level. Charles Lavinia had it picked off by Nakano. Georgie took over, and the whistle went eventually. Pascoe free kick. Perhaps a delayed whistle for it. Now one which was given. Campagna. Xavier Fernandez. Francis Marr wanted the tidy return. Pauli did terrifically. And Charles Lavinia now wants to charge at Marr. Went one way then the other. And Marr gave him a barge as he saw it out of play. Thornbury won a corner. Those appeals falling on deaf ears from the officials. Francis Marr. Campagna. Heavy touch invited Charles Lavinia. Fernandez wanted the return for Campagna, who got in ahead of Fatea, whose slide and save was superb. And it had to be.
Certainly was. He's had moments tonight where he's been tested. Had to slide to prevent anything from being damaging once more. This game, the ante being upped, both sides showcasing what they can do. We're seeing a bit of a chess match right now.
Fernandez was looking to thread his way through Pauli and Georgie. The door got shut at the second attempt. Marcus finds Xavier. Quickly on to Campagna, who fancies a run at Pauli. He made the block. Ricocheted out for Fernandez, who's around Georgie with a swivel, and Fatea saved. And Francis Marr's follow-in was crowded out by Jabo.
Lightning. Electric. Simply effortless. The swivel from Fernandez. And had everybody, from a Thornbury perspective, beaten.
Campagna on for Francis Marr. Jackson Georgie got in the way and now might be able to charge the other way. Jabo one way, Pauli the other. It's Jabo, and Grigg got his angles. Georgie's follow-in was not one which he caught sweetly.
Again, though, I don't mind that because there was a player at the back post in Pauli available for Georgie. The ball's bobbling up. Grigg still readjusting. Take it on. You see a lot of moves overplayed. You've got to acknowledge you don't mind a shot just being taken on. We encourage it.
Fernandez charging at Marrero. Have another corner. Fatea was wrong-footed. It wasn't one which came back to hurt them. Fernandez loading. Campagna peeling, as was Francis Marr, blocked by Pauli. Grigg's on. Francis Marr doesn't use him. And Jabo comes across. A bit of frustration for Francis Marr. Quick to find Xavier Fernandez. Lucas Grigg saying, just slow it right down. Aku doing so right now. Campagna wants to charge away from Pauli. Marrero came across. Marr. Fernandez. Jabo out on the press. Marcus finds Xavier once more. This time Andy Newen the target. Campagna. Francis Marr. Aku shifting Thornbury around. Xavier Fernandez onto Marcus, who's tiptoed his way into a corner. Jabo nearly stole off it and now has wriggled away, has got options up with him. Jabo went with too much fizz as Andy Newen was gallivanting forward.
Head of steam, Jabo had a glimpse around him, went in his defensive pocket. That he'd gotten past two men who had tried to get the ball crossed in for Aku, but once he went away, the blinders went on and did not really look up to see where Newen might have been. Head down and straight into the action was Jabo. Campagna. And he's fluent best. Timeout in the Thornbury FC manager's hand. It's decent timing from him. Will that be issued soon? Smart from Adam Nash to just hand it in but not sound it. Perhaps he's waiting for the right moment, and in fact it will be now. Thornbury issued the timeout. Adam Nash came right across to make that the case. It's a one-apiece ball game here between Thornbury and Aku as we cross to a timeout break.
Signing off.
Signing off, James Daniel, starting captain, striking.
Yeah, and send hate to Alex Beckers and Lucas Mara.
We return from timeout for the first time tonight. These two dead level. Adam Nash issued it. Thornbury just wanted to try and break some Melbourne Aku momentum that they were building. And just perhaps get a reset. Campagna picked off Slingsby's ball and then wasn't able to thread it for Francis Marr. Not the worst time to call it.
Wasn't awful. Timing from Nash. The game was just slowly going Aku's way as Marr! That's gone in! Oh, wow! That is a thing of beauty. Noah Marr with a thunderbolt into the top corner. There's no preventing that. It had that much power. It bounced right out the net. Fatea at a standstill. Aku in front. Brilliant.
Belter. Absolute belter. Fatea is flabbergasted. He thought he got enough on it, but there was nothing he could do about that. That's a delightful hit. Noah Marr will not hit one sweeter.
And Campagna, quick on the case of Marrero. It's Francis Marr. It's a quick fire double from Melbourne Aku. Pop, pop, bang. They go upon the Lily Whites and have a 2-goal lead to boast.
Brilliant. It's an amazing 1-2 punch. Campagna's composure is excellent. Francis Marr on the late run. It's a fabulous finish. It's drilled low. And it's just a quick burst. They reacted better out of the timeout. And Melbourne Aku now, where this game was an arm wrestle, can play the rest of it on their terms.
Instinctive was Campagna. A heavy press, perhaps sensing that Thornbury was somewhat a little bit on the back foot, on the flat foot, following the timeout. And that bit of personal initiative to just hustle that step harder has culminated in a goal. Both Mars on the score sheet. Francis with the return, which he envisioned following his suspension. It was looking rather even to start, but considering Thornbury's remaining games, Ethan, I believe it's both the Blues and the Tigers that remain in their wake to end the last month of futsal, with Hume perhaps sprinkled in that. I could be mistaken and open to being wrong, but tonight's fixture against Aku, really important for Thornbury.
They've got Pascoe Vale in that run as well. So they have all of the top three in the run-in to Thornbury, which is why the emphasis was placed on tonight. and placed on getting maximum out of it. But Aku have just hit them with a quick 1-2 punch that has really, really dented their survival hopes.
When you think about how Hume played against Moreland, that was the Black Army really on song. Yes, of course, against long-time rivals, but think to next week. Your eyes cast to that clash in round 11. Fitzroy, of course, returned following the bye. 5 points clear at the top are the Tigers. I believe the ball might have just skimmed right over our heads on commentary. And, well, blessed that I was looking at the fixtures, because that would have been my night complete.
I've just given my best Ika Casillas impression. Adam Palombi close to wearing one. Wood wants to drive forward after Powley. Slingsby at the second attempt forces Grigg into a good save.
Felt my hair just thought there might have been a gust of wind in here.
Slingsby with another look. Law might be on the break. Has Noamar up with him, whose touch was terrific, but just couldn't find the finish for a fourth. Brilliant ball from Law, and great courage to take that run in his stride. Slingsby, that's a lovely shift from Marrero. Law tracked him all the way, cleared it only as far as Slingsby once more. Switch for the Wood. Wanting to work hard and has given it away to Oscar Yee, who's now on the drive. Had Angelatos up with him to Wood. In fairness and to his credit, diligently dived in to make the block.
The package. Pace and energy. Amanda Wood wasn't giving up.
He's on hand again to block, as Nakano wanted to rattle it goalward. Aku pushing hard inside the final 5 minutes to half time. Angelatos gave it a good hit and was not far away from something almost as spectacular as Noamar's effort.
Just a correction, although not to discourage what you're saying there, Ethan, on the fixtures for Halloween. That's the next instalment of SFV Men's Premiership Futsal. Thornbury have Fitzroy to kickstart the round. The Blues have Pascoe, Vale. Aku have Hume. Thornbury, the way it's looking here, they need to perhaps get a grip in this one against a really seasoned Fitzroy. That might be quite the task. Still a game to be played here, though, and they might have to just, in this exact moment, realise what's ahead of them right now. How important a result might be on the table for them.
His effort deflected. Grigg to reset things.
Nakano. Yee, Angelatos. Back to Yee. Angelatos, Jabo does well. Powley, Jabo. Slingsby. Powley and the man in possession weren't too sure who wanted it. Powley flicking, Jabo receiving. Ventures central. Mulholland trying to just drift in and out that wide area. Jabo, Slingsby. Mulholland. Powley. Fataya letting it roll. Will be the keeper's ball. No, it won't. It's going to be corner for Aku. Ethan, what's happened there?
Fataya couldn't touch it. It would have been 2 touches in the sequence had he done.
Ski Yee. Good pick up there from Ethan Rigg. Went completely up and over my head. That's why Fataya just opted to not try chase the ball. Yee shifting onto his right. Slingsby sees it out. Luong moves it on. Gets it back. Yi. Back to Luong. Decent save by Fatea. JJ Law involved in the play also. Aku starting to coast. Had a brilliant 30-second storm, in which they found 2 quick goals. Since then have just been in cruise control. The 2-goal buffer. Nearing the last 2 minutes of this first half. Ma trying to switch direction against Pauli. Fatea. We'll see it. Pauli. All Holland. Nice finds. JJ Law, firm but fair. The ball be his ball. Aku controlling the game. Luong. Ma. Nakano flicking for Francis Ma. He loves to run at players. Jabo never blinked. In fact, the last touch came off Ma. It's well done from the Lily White number 10. Slingsby. Flick touch. Tangos. Can't control the ball with the crocodile. Nakano back in possession. Ethan. Aku really at the moment just able to have their playing style on the game.
And they've taken the sting out of the remainder of this first half as well. They've got the goals, they've got the 2-goal buffer. They're now playing futsal the way that they want to. They're just shifting Thornbury around, and it looks like the early bark that the Hounds had seems to have dissipated.
Xavier Fernandez does just enough to have it crossed in. Jabo now for Pauli. Got around Francis Ma momentarily. Nakano flicks it for Ma. Lee committed. Fernandez came into possession. Luong was wide of Ma, who controlled the ball somehow. Nakano. Fernandez. Ma. Luong. The next goal could be the curtains called. Nakano, lovely. Shifted direction onto his right. Jabo just ushers Nakano with his body. Fatea will get it rekindled.
Pauli. And searching for Lee. Slingsby was darting. He's been found, and Ma got a block in at the expense of a corner. Thornbury just flicked the switch momentarily, trying to get themselves within a goal before half-time. They have a real opportunity. Andy Newen back on. Jackson Georgie getting prepped. Lee. Pauli. Shifted for Newen. Slingsby went down the flank. Pauli. Slingsby. Couldn't steer it centrally. Francis Ma then took over. Campagna was one way. Luong was the other. Ma shifted, then gave it to Campagna, who went with Loft for Luong, who darted in, and now Lee could go the other way. But his ball on the counter was behind Newen. Final few seconds of the first half. Luong onto Fernandez. Aku taking the sting in to half-time, taking the sting out of the game. And although this one was an arm wrestle for quite some time, 2 goals in a matter of seconds have steered QEMU's side into a position of particular positivity. Thornbury have thrown the lot at it, but half-time in Darabin, it's Thornbury United 1, Melbourne Aku 3.
Rejuvenated. Fatea. Brilliant up and under. Marrero received it from Lee. Marrero! Oh yes! That's one way to...
He's a run at Powley. He made the block. Ricocheted out for Fernandez,
Oh.
who's around Georgie with a swivel, and Fatea saved. And Francis Mars following was crowded out by Jabo.
Lightning.
And now might be able to charge the other way. Jabo one way, Powley the other. It's Jabo, and Greg got his angles. Georgie's follow-in was not one which he caught sweetly.
Again, wasn't awful. Timing from Nash. The game was just slowly going Whose way is Ma? That's gone in! Oh, wow!
Thought it, but there was nothing he could do about that. That's a delightful hit. Noah Ma will not hit one sweeter.
And Campagna, quick on the case of Marrero. It's Francis Ma! It's a quick...
Palombi close to wearing one. Wood wants to drive forward after Powley. Slingsby at the second attempt forces Greg into a good save.
Felt my hair...
We're the Chip Hunters Div 1.
We return from half-time for the final time tonight. Aku, who had been tested, who were a goal down, scored two in a matter of seconds to steer themselves 3-1 ahead and steer themselves into a position where they are starting to pull away from the relegation playoff pack. Could this be the night where the league perhaps splits into two, where we have a top four chasing quartet and then a relegation surviving trio? Only 20 minutes will be the determiner of that. But Aku are in the mood. Traslavinia has picked it off Fernandez, but ran into a violet wall. The one to come away with it was Angelatos, who had Campagna with him. Angelatos went alone and dragged his effort desperately wide of Fatea's far post. Perhaps the first warning shot of the second half, fired already. Powley. Waited on Georgie. Tried to guide it for Traslavinia. Angelatos took over. Campagna was twisting and turning. Powley won it back. Georgie, Marrero, whose touch was heavy, and then won it back from Noah Ma, and Lucas Grigg made a rather fine save as that was travelling.
Had a couple of times tonight to shine Lucas Grigg. He's there again.
Powley to steer it. Thornbury have another corner.
His positioning's really helped him. He's been able to not just load onto it the right side each time and adjust accordingly to palm away.
Powley again wanted to place it. Fernandez again got in the way, and Marcus Fernandez is on the march. Powley blocked the first effort. Fernandez waited on Ma to peel away, and he poked it under Fatea and wide.
When Fernandez puts his head down to work, it's almost unparalleled the way he can just get going. And you can see him just looking left and right, scanning the situation and the best possible outcome. Finds Ma, who wasn't far away at all from having the ball just being poked home beyond Fatea.
Here is Noah Ma once again. He's having one of those evenings. Campagna. On for Fernandez. Threaded it terrifically. Ma wanted Campagna, but Fatea, who had already advanced, was there to come and claim it. Georgie put under pressure from Mar, wanting to turn out of trouble. Slovenia back for Fatea, who just chose to hammer it away.
Not Benny's brightest performance yet from Slovenia. Time to turn things around, but haven't really seen him at what he's fully capable of. In stark contrast, this man, Fernandez, is having quite the game. Mar nearly unsiding Fatea right at the death of it. Another corner for Aku. Haven't they really just been humming in this game? Fatea goes short. Marrero. Georgie pointing towards Slovenia. Combines it to Marrero. It's Campagna with the standing challenge. And Galatos tried the cutback. Pally couldn't adjust his feet in time. Corner for those in violet. Oh, the package will want that one back. That was shipped like a DHL. Marrero. Oh, Fernandez, lovely cut off. Campagna. Can he get his shot away? Fatea scrambles off the line. It would have been a real cheeky finish from the captain if it found its way through.
It's very, very diligent from Fatea. It was almost a piece of improvised brilliance from Marcus Fernandez, and it's a good stop from him. Just a little flick. It's so easy to completely commit your body weight the other way. And the one thing he does very well, Fatea, is hold firm, and he makes a very good save in the end from close range.
Angelatos, Campagna, onto his right. Scuffed it in the end. Looked as if it might have taken a bubble off Marrero, but it was just a shot. As Dama Georgie enters the building. Wonder what she can prescribe from a different angle. Marrero hustling with Campagna. They trot out of play. There's a question for you, Ethan, and for those at home watching. In all codes of sport at the minute, managers are just shaping, or changing rather, where they actually view the game from, which could give them a tactical advantage. Can Dama Georgie, from a real different perspective, see something different and then implement it upon her playing group?
Certainly. When you get it from a different vantage point, what it does is it opens up a passage in a way that you wouldn't see it before. When you're side on, you don't get the view of the people actually facing the play. So whether she's meant to sit there or not, you still get a better vantage point of, okay, now I see that defensively when we set up like this, it creates a yard, let's say, down the left flank for Campagna to work into. And that's the way you can go about closing things down. So it gives you a much more front-on view of the game. You watch it almost as if you're a goalkeeper or as if you're a defender. And that is one of the things that is really, really, really big in helping you get a better viewpoint. It might be better to be closer to the action than further away.
And right in the thick of the action, Jerry Angelatos, does he not love these fixtures? He had two last time against Thornbury. He finishes truly off the bar and in. Great placement. Driven low and hard. And Aku now trotting away. 4-1.
It's a grand finish from Angelatos as well. It's wonderful. And I've really liked his game tonight. He's added a lot of energy. A player who's technically very deft. So good in a tight area. When he gets the space to show his quality, they gave him a yard and he took a mile. And it's a fabulous finish. Fatea, given something to mop up. Aku really now wanting to make the most of the advantage that they have. Wanting to pour Thornbury deeper into the mire and catapult themselves further away from it at their expense. Nakano. Back for Luong, on for Oskii, who's got Marrero to go at if he chooses. Nakano. Luong. Nakano just peeled away. Luong's ball was just weighted a touch too heavily. Fatea did the right thing by coming out too. But those are the little pockets that Aku have been so good at opening up.
I admire that from Luong. Although the execution might have let him down more than once tonight. Just the endeavour to try thread the needle and play the incisive pass. And the more he tries to execute it in game, the more it's going to come off and the more it's going to be an asset for his side.
Here's Luong once again. Nakano. Luong's turn to make an incisive run. Oscar Yee. Luong wanted the 1-2, only found Marrero, who's charging his way through. On for Pauli, who's squared it again! And Thornbury have an interest. Terrific move. Pauli's cutback was clinical, and Marrero made his move at the right time.
That's as razor-sharp futsal you are going to see from the Lily Whites. Piercing their way through the Aku shirts. Pauli at the heart of it. Marrero with the guilt to just steer it beyond Grigg. That's one way to claw yourselves back in the contest.
Nakano. Luong took a tumble. Got back up and got it from Nakano. Now Xavier Fernandez went searching, but Marrero was in the way. Could that perhaps be something that galvanises Thornbury into pushing hard, like we saw Phoenix do in the game just gone?
It's a reminder. It's a genuine reminder that they're still in this contest. They might not appear to be, well, on all cylinders, but, well, as we mentioned, it's a genuine way to just showcase that they're here. And you don't know what they can do because they're here. And that's where it's an open-ended question, because if they are to start roaring and finding those cylinders and reaching them, they can match Aku.
Long's got a side ball. Oscar Yee once again has crashed the bar, and Marrero got a touch on it, and he's now on the march. Javo's up with him, and Grigg made the intervention. Thornbury one handball. Was Lucas Grigg out of his area? That is what they were protesting.
Jose Mourinho said it best. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. So I'm not speaking on the matter, but I will just say Thornbury have every right to believe what they are saying. Lucas Grigg, very, very fine margin. I will say it, I believe he's out of his box. But I might need glasses, so I can't really give you a complete recounting of what we've seen. Upon the first glimpse, looked a little bit questionable, but Thornbury will continue.
Well, I have glasses, and I'm taking the Jose approach. Tried and tested.
Specsavers approved.
They are, actually.
Can't tell Ethan Reek to go to Specsavers. How I can't utilise that one now. Spewing. We carry over. A lot of futsal tonight. Appreciate everybody at home tuning in at one stage or another. It's been quite the round. I can't, again, just ignore that. Seen some brilliance. This game's got a pulse. As to Thornbury. Starting to just stifle the Aku movement. But they'll need a bit more from the likes of Slingsby and Traslovenia when they re-emerge on the court together. Nakano calling for a short option. Back to Grigg. Short for Mar. The goals, Ethan, in this one have all been finished with some quality from both sides.
They've been terrific finishes all round. When the opportunities have presented themselves, these sides have been clinical tonight. And we would have said it would be about who's taking your chances, but they all have.
Nakano was going on and on. Until the Thornbury player was impeded. Jabo, Slingsby. Pauli crashing into Ma. Francis Ma, it's always his birthday. He loves a card. He's got another one. got to be careful, Francis May. He's got the track record now, Ethan. He's a very passionate player. It's a double-edged sword, though. He's just got to be mindful. Just served a suspension.
Exactly. He's just come back from a week off. And the last thing you need is to go and have that again. There's passion, but you can't let it boil over, because from that point, you put yourself in trouble.
Newen. Pauli. Nakano picks his pocket. Play resumes. Ma. Nakano. Newen cuts it off. Jabo won't reach it. Luong went for the body. Jabo. Lots of endeavour. Too much endeavour. Bundles over. Out of Luong. Fernandez on his place. Campagna replacing Nakano. He's had a decent shift so far tonight, number 13.
He's looked tidy, hasn't he, Nakano? Player who moves very well, especially when he's in a tight space. Aku've got a lot of very intricate players, and Nakano's one of them, which for somebody of his height and for somebody of his build, you don't always suggest, but he's got agility. He's got good feet for a big man.
Nakano.
Very tidy player.
Not to spark the debate there, Ethan, but in terms of height, when you compare him to, well, the big man perhaps of Noah Ma, I'm not sure it's much of a comparison, if I'm being honest. Well, the debate might just spark up in the comments. Ma. Fernandez. Grigg with a no-nonsense clearance, but yes, Slingsby was making a beeline towards the ball in dispute. Fernandez might have had a bit of the jumper pulled upon his opponent that was just gliding away. Marie Patrikas puts the captain into the book with a yellow card. That's 2 now from Aku that have gone into the book.
It's just a pull from Fernandez, isn't it? He sees that he's getting away, has to do it in a way. But you can't afford to give away silly yellow cards like that. It's also another thing as well. You have to be mindful of the foul count. Martikova, Campagna gave it to him. Slingsby and Ma have coming together. Both of those two perhaps getting frustrated. Francis Ma on for Fernandez, who's round for Taya. To Wood on the block. Newen for Slingsby. To Wood's continued his run. Campagna on the block. Newen once again. And Lucas Grigg makes a big save and has won one.
Adam Nash nearly on the court. He wanted the handball, but as the play continued, Newen had a decent glimpse on the sticks. Grigg had to adjust and make the save.
Clear that to Georgie, who got under it. Adam Nash still continuing that conversation. Said it looked close to James Tarkovsky's against Leeds.
Not the Everton references. Come on, Ethan, we're better than this.
Campagna. Cut out by Slingsby. Georgie on for DeWood. Slingsby once again. Couldn't thread this one through to Georgie, but was quickly in retreat to challenge Noah Ma.
Official fair. Not wrong at all. So unnecessary, the bad chat from Slingsby.
Very fair point made as Ma had Fataya flying, but he wasn't too worried about it. It would be a bit of a senseless yellow card to give away. Oh, unnecessary.
Completely. He's lucky, the man in possession. Well, Fernandez with a hand up towards those in the stands at nearly wore one also. It always seems, Fernandez, in each game, to just impede upon those that aren't on the court.
He gives the spectators an immersive experience, that's for sure, Marcus Fernandez.
3D. Comes right at you, quite literally. everything in which he touches on the court might just fly towards you.
Here's Noamar. Laid it back for Campagna. And Galatos. Campagna once again. Mar just peeled away. Georgie went with him. And here is Fernandez. That's wonderfully threaded. And Fateo got all ball. Very clearly got all ball. And Galatos had a brief appeal, on which fell quickly on deaf ears. Fernandez with fizz. Campagna stole in. And Lee got the touch to take the sting out of it for Fateo, who's quickly on for Georgie. Campagna in retreat. DeWood. And couldn't quite thread it down the line, but they are able to keep it once again. Couple in violet, just having a look at the clock. And Galatos. It's the charge at Lee. Rolled it off for Fernandez. Switched it for Campagna, who peeled away from DeWood. Fernandez. Noamar. Threaded down the line for Marcus Fernandez. And Galatos on the cutback. Steered his effort over.
The door not closed at all on the Lily Whites. They have a half within the half to try get back on level terms. They might be frustrated by the way in which Aku have reserved them and scored against them, but there's certainly still life in this contest. It's just a matter of who can really ignite from a Thornbury perspective. Slovenia, you'd assume Ethan, a player, if he is to switch it on, could certainly just amount that comeback on the scoreboard.
You've seen it happen time and again. Did it against Phoenix, where he just had an inspired 5-minute burst and it got Thornbury all the momentum in the game that they went on to win. If he switches on and is able to get into this game, the pace and the carry that he provides is something that could trouble this Aku side, and perhaps is the thing that Thornbury have been missing.
And sometimes it's all it takes. We've seen it tonight where in quick bursts can really prove the difference. It's helped Aku tonight. They had a fantastic 30 seconds. They found 2 goals within that time and were able to manage the game since, although Campagna has possession. Lateral ball. Ma onto his left. It was bobbling with a bit of unkind nature before for Taya. That was able to pick things up. Ma holds it up. Angelatos. Fernandez going central. Shifting onto his left. Fateo with the save. The follow-up bounces wide. Kumu will look at the magnet board. He'll have a corner upon the resumption of play. Aku lead by 2 goals. The score 4-2 in their favour as we cross to timeout.
Tuesdays, we should not be in Div 1, but nevertheless, we lost 8-3 today, but we're missing Alex Beckers. Send him hate. If you know who he is, please send him hate, and that's it.
Well, that's exactly right, James. Going on with that. Our gaffer, we've had a gaffer, for the whole team, and then he hasn't rocked up. Last 2 weeks, Lucas Smarra, you know who you are. You better sleep with one eye open tonight because we're coming for you, mate. You better sleep with one eye open, Lucas Smarra. You know who you are.
I brought the boys over, and we're all former NPL players. If State League want to sign us, we thought we'd take our talents to futsal and
Well, that's exactly right.
it's absolutely fantastic. And the place is an institution, so we thought we might as well. And that's that.
That's exactly right, James. That's it. It's not hard, it's just that we're struggling to find our feet. I think the lack of fitness is really affecting our team. Joining halfway through the season wasn't most ideal, but you know what? We've come across a couple wins and we're doing decent within the team. There's a lot of politics within the team and problems here and there. When you got families paying 7, 8, 9 grand, it's not on. But yeah, well, that's exactly right.
Well, for Social League Div 1, we thought this would be all right.
We return from timeout. First time in the second half. Thornbury have been trying to claw their way back in, but Angelatos from the set piece steered his effort wide. Aku have been in complete control of this game so far. Got themselves a quick 1-2 punch. It's an advantage they have not since surrendered. Although the Lily Whites, Adam, are doing their best to try and chip away at it.
Again, they just need that individual bit of brilliance to claw themselves on the scoreboard back into this one. They've matched Aku in the last few minutes. They just haven't seemed to score or have anyone really ignite. Paoli in patches, Marrero in patches. They need some support. As a unit, they're okay. An individual, though, needs to really rise.
Campagna tiptoed away from Mulholland, wanted to go around Paoli, who was firm but fair, and now leads the charge. Mulholland with him, Paoli retreating, Mar got a foot in, and Paoli flung an arm round. Marcus Fernandez urging his side to be smart. Marrero wanted to rattle one, recycled it for the wood. Paoli waited on Marrero's move, but it was always going to take a lot.
You've got Noah Mar just staring down the barrel of Paoli. Might have just bothered him at the final moment. He was trying to buy an angle to release the pass, but in the end just too much on it.
Oscar Yee. It's the go at Mulholland. And Galatos. Switch for Law. He went with Loft, the wood cut it out, and now Marrero's got Paoli up with him. Mulholland arriving too. It was a fraction behind him, and Galatos got a boot in. Fernandez allowed Law to go, and Marcus Fernandez forces a brilliant save out of Fatea. Terrific break. At breakneck speed. And Thornbury's number one was up to the task.
Even better save. It's well done from Fatea. And those situations, Ethan, because it's no assumption. Fatea is a confidence player. And he's a very talented goalkeeper. Perhaps a prisoner inside his own mind at times.
It's Angelatos via a deflection, and Fatea makes another rather good stop. This thing was taken out of it, but he still had to readjust. And went looking long for DeWood, and for the first time this eve, we have one off the railing.
But on Fatea, he can keep. There's no doubting that. SFV is where he belongs to be. Tonight and this season, in fact for Thornbury, he's been a faithful servant to them.
Meccano going to get around Paoli, who for that goes into the book, which seems rather harsh. Into the book for handball, unless it was an accumulative thing.
Yeah, we've missed something there. To put it quite, suppose, accurately. In the comments, let us know what's happened there exactly. Maybe Paoli had his arms in a real unnatural position, tried to catch the ball. Can't tell, but card's coming out.
Here is Paoli. Trying to spin Oscar Yee. Dropped it off for Marrero. Can Thornbury throw something? DeWood cut out by Nakano.
Paoli. Nice touch from Ethan Rigg on the broadcast. That's where the ball went towards. To left and right. Thornbury not able to do so and find that opening. Nakano. Luong. Yeah, the shortest option. Courage to go around Paoli. Luong. Nakano. Law with some movement. Aku trying to move the ball fluidly. Nakano was away from Marrero, who tangoed with him. His hands went up straight away. He knew he was guilty. No surprises at all, considering again, Nakano just has that in his game where he can really, just with a faint body movement, by a yard or two to get him beyond his opponent, and in doing so, Moreira knew he was beaten, hence the pullback and the yellow card.
There's no malice from Moreira, is there? He's just late to it. Nakano's gone by the time he gets to the space, and it's delightful as he's now walking a tightrope. He's given Oscar a bundle. I just need to be careful for a minute or two.
The red mist hasn't descended upon DC Double S tonight, but you never know. In the late games, anything can happen. DeWood. Powley. Had no one central. Back to DeWood. Momentarily around Nakano. Tried to go again. Escapes with a side ball. Moreira. Try the reverse. Very similar position. We'll get this one re-going. Fataya all the way back to the keeper. Moreira. Nearing your last 5 minutes of stop clock futsal tonight. Smashing ball from DeWood. Moreland couldn't really wrap his foot around it. That was really something sumptuous from DeWood. Yee. Swiveling to find Luong. Nakano won't reach it. Moreira. DeWood. Powley. Thornbury have to start lifting. They've managed the game to some capacity. They haven't really offensively yet been able to get beyond Greek since they scored some time ago now.
And they need to start throwing the kitchen sink at it. That's so much better from DeWood. It's a great ball. The only critique you can really have of it from Mulholland, one, he sees it late, so it's hard to do it anyway, but he's leaning back when he hits it. He doesn't really get over it. It doesn't get a lot of weight behind it. And although he diverts the effort on target, it takes a lot of the sting out of it, which is easy for Lucas Grigg to be able to gather it.
Slovenia on court. You'd think he's going to see the game out on it. DeWood just lurking. Slingsby back heeling. It's well done from Yee. Just has the ball ricochet off of Powley. And Aku can now settle in their offensive half.
It's a bit pedestrian from Slingsby, to be honest. It's not what you need in that situation, in that scenario. You've got to put some purpose behind it. You're chasing the game at this stage, going towards the last 5 minutes. You need to put more on that, and you need to be sure of it, instead of trying to be cheeky. You're not in a position to do that.
Slingsby. Oscar Yee and Luong. There to Greeleyman on cue again, Ethan. Your point echoing even louder. It's caught into possession with Slingsby and did not really have any intent to go the safe option and keep possession with the side trailing by 2 goals.
Francis Marr from the side ball. Nakano. Oscar Yee. Charged his way round Slingsby. Took a deflection off DeWood, which diverted it away from Fataya. Advertising boards for Francis Marr. Perhaps not his best friend. Adam Cooper and Christos Apostolakis on the far side. See the funny side of it. Francis tries to, I'm sure. Here's Luong. Oscar Yee. Just about got it back to Luong. Yee once more. Thornbury go on the press and force the error. This time now, you really get the feeling, Adam, that they've got to throw everything at it. I've had a look at Jackson Georgie, and there is a pink kit lurking under that initial lily white number. Could that be the sign of a timeout and a shift to 5th man?
100%, and that's what it should be. Adam Nash knows. There's no doubting that. He knows exactly what to do in these situations. But again, I would be perhaps just trying to really almost shake the likes of Slingsby, Slovenia, Sharbo to an extent, just to say, gents, you guys have the capacity to really impact the game. And there's a time now to do it. So we're running out of it. If we are to have anything taken home with us, a time to lift would be soon, as Greig had to do much of the same to palm it away from Slingsby. He was inside the box, had the height up his sleeve. Luong. Quite the shift tonight. Jostles off. That might be the last time we see him. 2:44 left on the clock. Off the bar again was Ma. Traslovini never cleared. Ma for Angelatos. He went back towards the distributor. That really, surely, would have put the game beyond any reasonable doubt.
Tactics board getting a tweak from Adam Nash. So you get the feeling Jackson Georgie's going to be instated as fifth. Whether they do it timeoutless or not, that slip could be handed in. He's just getting ready. Thornbury are going to throw it all at it. They need two in 2 and a bit minutes to rescue a point.
The Mars coming together. Noah. Campagna. Francis Ma. Around Pauli. Exploring. Ball rolling is Ma. Still going, Francis. Nearly around Slingsby. Who bulldozes his way through Campagna. Got it back. The ball got a bit rushed. Greg there to control. Lofts it. It will go in, but not keeper. Can't be doing that with a throw. Adam Nash issues another timeout. Time a real factor. Not much left at all. Arku with a 2-goal lead as we cross to the last 2 minutes of play. Upon the resumption of play, it's a timeout.
But it's a much higher standard than we thought, and we're not quite equipped for it, but we're working on that.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're improving the arsenal, and we'll get there. We'll get there day by day. We'll adjust.
Unfinished business.
It's 2 words. Disappointment. Disappointment. But there's room for improvement, and that's it, man. That's it.
Well, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
We're signing off.
Signing off, James Daniel, starting captain, strikers.
Yeah, and send hate to Alex Beckers and Lucas Mara.
We return from timeout for the final time tonight. Thornbury gone fifth, and Angelatos is on the march. Justin Lee ever so quickly across to make a block. The Lily Whites throwing all they have at it in the final moments.
Well, Georgie is in between the sticks. The captain to test his best goalkeeping. Ma rolls back to Georgie. Here we go. Release for Lee was an obscure one, and he had to lunge. It looked really awkward from Lee, and he looks to be in some pain. And it must be said, Georgie, the captain, knew the game was on a knife's edge and put that of Justin Lee right under that of the knife. It was a hospital release. And Lee is in a world of pain. That looked really, really unfortunate for the man who's on the tarmac right now, the way he went down.
He kind of got sold into danger in the end of it, Justin Lee. The drop from Georgie was like dropping him a hand grenade.
Worse. Not sure what's worse, but damn, must be said, that was a calamity.
An absolute calamity. And it nearly cost them yet another goal. It would have sewn up 3 points. Justin Lee getting some attention, getting back to his feet. He is unable to continue, and Armand Dawood is taking on Mulholland, just sitting with him to make sure everything's all right. Armand Dawood from the side ball. Powley, Slingsby. Thornbury trying to take One to make it interesting, and DeWood with a loose touch, and Georgie's got some ground to gain. Final minute of Friday. Week that's truly given us everything and then some. Fernandez went with too much length, and it'll trickle out. Powley, Slingsby, dropped it back for Powley. Thornbury, it might only be a consolation if they're to get one more. If they get it quickly, it could make life a little bit interesting. Slingsby, Charbot, back for Slingsby, switch for DeWood. Francis Marr got a foot. Powley, DeWood, Georgie, Armand DeWood, blocked by Nomar. Another big intervention, just to keep the door shut. DeWood, Powley. And for DeWood once more. Drive, Georgie lurking, Charbot, blocked by Marr. The second effort, Fizz just over. That might have been the look. That might have been their look. To try and snatch something, to try and snatch a miracle. One which may not transpire now. Zaku could pull clear of peril. Thornbury have thrown the lot at it. And Griggs got it. He's got an open look. The net was vacant. And it will not matter. Aku gets the job done when it matters most. Thornbury now start a run-in of the top three. A quite terrifying proposition, the way which they would not like to. For Melbourne Aku, however, they steer themselves clear of the peril. That is the playoffs. Full time here in Darabin. On a terrific night. Moreland won the opener in a Turkish tussle. Pascoe Vale got it done against Phoenix, having been 5 up early. And Aku thwarted Thornbury to round out a fabulous Friday of futsal.